hockey. It is pricey. Oh, the bats. Well, hey, we got sticks. You guys might have big bats, but we got those those flexible sticks that are like 250 bucks a pop. It's like I have to grab them from my kids after a game. It's like, give me the stick. Give me right now, son, give me the stick. You're not carrying that on your own because you'll probably hold it the wrong way going through the door and you'll snap it. Those flex sticks. Yeah, they're expensive. Basketball, soccer is kind of cheap, I guess. Soccer is pretty cheap up here. But yeah, if you're playing anything that requires a lot of equipment and a lot of travel, it can be pretty expensive. So again, for all of you parents out there that your kids play sports, Mr. Dynamic and I would recommend that you get them into volleyball. Volleyball is a real fun sport. You should kids, if you're listening out there, volleyball, you should play that. Oh man, the athleticism, the people that you meet, you get a lot of playing time on the court. Oh, yeah. So welcome in, everyone. Good to see a bunch of you here. Old Dillano was the first in. Erie GM. We've got Ezra here. We have the one, the only D Dempsey here as well. Who else did I miss here? TX Jenks. A lot of you guys, I've been playing a lot in tournaments recently. And today I've been having a pretty successful run against some of you. I beat Jenks in something. I didn't have to play Ezra. Thank goodness. The week Ezra's had against me, didn't have to play him today. I always run across Music Lessons, who today is in stealth, hidden camouflage mode. He is going by Franchise Time Machine. Yeah, he is playing Marty McFly's role in OOTP today. If you haven't checked out the channel Franchise Time Machine on Twitch, our very own community member, Music Lessons, has started to stream, and he does something unique. He takes a team from history, puts them into an environment, replaces the team that's there. I watched his New York Mets test stream where he took like the 1986 Mets and he put them in like 1962 and took out the 1962 Mets. And the stream I watched, they didn't make the playoffs. So even those 86 Mets were bad. But he kind of has a little interesting twist on my Matrix series that I do. I put players in different eras and different environments. He takes entire teams. He says we're not just going to put Babe Ruth, Stan Musial, early win. We're not going to just take Chipper Jones and throw him on a team. We're going to take the entire team and throw them into an environment. So check out Franchise Time Machine, all one word, on Twitch, and check out the content that he's streaming. Beach volleyball. Now, Jenks, now you've got my attention. Wow. I mean, adult beach volleyball. I don't want my kids playing beach volleyball. No, because then you have to, it's expensive then. Then you got to buy 7 pairs of shorts. Then you got to buy the flip-flops. You got to get the suntan lotion and the sunglasses. No, they're playing in a gymnasium. Cheaper. All you need is shoes. That's it. That is it. Maybe some knee pads. That's it. Did I draft Kitty? Every chance I get, Beck Dog. Every single opportunity I get. The cat will come back every tournament I'm in. The question is, did Ezra last night? I didn't catch Ezra's stream, and no one reported him. My Committee of Public Safety, OOTP reporters did not come to me and say, wow, hey, did you check Ezra? Last night, he drafted Kitty again. There was Jake Stahl, there was Tony Soloretta, there was Dolph Camilli, and he took Kitty. No, I didn't get any of those reports today, so Ezra's on good behavior. What else do we got going on? Kitty Poo Poo is here. Who else is here in chat? Baseball's getting costly. Bats are $400. Erie GM says, yeah, no. We're not. My kids aren't playing baseball. No. or hockey. No, like I said, it's either volleyball or track and field. Track and field's really good. It keeps the endorphins going. It gets your cardio going quite a bit. Track and field. What else can they do? Ring toss. Ring toss is becoming very big up here in Canada. Um, bocce, bocce, and get my kids into bocce ball. Bowling. Bowling's really inexpensive. So you gotta persuade your kids to play these other sports. They don't need to be drafted into Major League Baseball when you can be a professional bowler like Fred Flintstone. All right, welcome in, guys. At the start of the show, Mr. D. Dempsey used his Helm biscuits and said, Lap, I want you to open some hockey cards because my Dallas Stars are playing your Edmonton Oilers tonight. Ooh, Dallas. And I want you to get a little bit of satisfaction now while you can, because it might be a cruel, cruel game tonight. So, Lap, open up a couple packs of Timmy's Duos hockey cards and get a little bit of joy in life on this Wednesday. So I'm going to do that. This is for you, D. Dempsey. Let's see if you bring the pack luck, because last pack I opened, I got a free coffee. Yeah, there was an insert for a free coffee. So let's see what we got here. Pack number 1 is not a Dallas Star. It is is this Phoenix or Arizona? It is, I don't know what they call themselves. They call themselves Utah now. The new Utah team. Dylan Gunther used to play for the Kamloops Blazers, I believe, in the WHL. A good young hockey player coming up. Oh, and look at this one, chat. I got someone as old as Mr. Dynamic. Look at this. Look at this. I'll just show you the face. Come on, hockey fans. Who is that? First in. Who gets it? Ezra drafted Dave Steeb. Well, you should have won then. I hope you won. No, it's not Bobby Orr. Bobby Orr did not play for Toronto. Who is this player? Even closer up. Look at. Not a Guy or a Bobby or a Gordy or a Mark or a Wayne or a Ricky Bobby. Boy, you guys don't know hockey. For once, you guys, I can say you didn't impress me for one time. Look at that. Can you read that? Is it clear? There you go. There you go. Yes, the originator of the coffee franchise up in Canada, the guy that started up a donut shop, Mr. Tim himself in the pack. So thank you, D. Dempsey. We got a good rookie, and we got Timmy. Let's see what the middle card is. That's always the best card. It is a canvas card, which is a little rarer. And it is this one right here. Who's on it? New York Islanders and the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Bolts. John Tavares and Victor Hedman, who went in the same draft class, number 1 and number 2. Tavares to the Islanders, Hedman to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Back when Phil Esposito used to run the Tampa Bay Lightning. All right, D. Dempsey, you haven't won me a coffee. Let's see if you can win me a new Cherokee. Come on. Because they do have vehicles. You can win vehicles here too. Come on. Not cooperative. There we go. Kids, bring me your hockey stick. I need to open this pack. We've got Philip Forsberg from the mustard uniformed Nashville Predators. Philip Forsberg. Oh, D Dempsey. D Dempsey, this is not a good sign. Not a good sign, D Dempsey. The other card is, oh baby, it's going in a sleeve. This is not a Gordy or a Bobby or a Gee or a Surge. This is, look at this, D Dempsey. Look who we got. Not Ovechkin. From the Edmonton Oilers, Mr. Connor McDavid. D Dempsey, that is a sign your team is going to lose tonight. Connor McDavid with the hat trick because we opened him up in a pack of hockey cards. That's worth at least $3 Canadian, which again, 50 cents for you guys in the States, but for us, it's big bucks. And the middle card is, ooh, it's a shiny. It is a shiny. And it is another Edmonton Oiler connection because we have Darnell Nurse's sister. And we have someone named Hannah. Yeah, there we go. So thank you, D Dempsey, using the Helm Biscuits to rip open a couple hockey packs from my local Tim Hortons. You buy a coffee, you can get a pack of hockey cards for 99 cents. Happy hump day, everyone. Let's continue on with the show. Laptop Pound here, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, right here on Twitch. Short show today as we go through the community showdown and a few other highlights. Again, always want to start the Wednesday show with the kindness. Be kind. Kindness matters. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Give what you can. Take what you need. Support those out there in these trying times, politically, financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. All these things that are going on around us. And we get to play OOTP to take our minds off of that every once in a while. And so, any chance you have to be kind to someone, like I've always said, all it takes is a smile to make someone's day. Kind gesture, opening a door. Go to your neighbors if they're elderly. Offer to, mow their lawn. Don't steal their garden gnomes, though. Do not do that. Stealing garden gnomes is not kind. Do not tip over their cows if you live on an acreage. No, don't do that. No tipping cows and no toilet papering their house, Ezra. You've already been caught twice for that. Do they have a 3-strike rule in San Francisco? No toilet papering houses, Ezra. That's not kindness matters. So again, guys, on a serious note, there are a lot of people struggling out there. We see it every single day, maybe even in your own families and household. People are struggling. So just keep that in mind. A kind word, a gesture, a support, and a smile. Dukeston, only 20%? They must revolt on you. Do they start a stampede? I think cows up here expect 30% now. If you don't tip them 20, if you don't tip them 30%, they leave a lot of dung on your doorstep. You don't want dung on your doorstep, Dukeston. Gets a little bit messy. So I always tip my cows 30%. Unless you want that 45-degree angle, which way do they go, backwards or forwards? Which way? It leaves them confused when they're at a 45-degree angle. They don't know which direction to settle themselves at. All right. It is time. It is time for a bronze quick. I like doing these bronze quicks against you guys because it's like free packs for me when I do these bronze quicks. We're not going to enter until the next new one pops up. So if you have some slots open on your quicks and you want to throw a team together, you never know. We've had people defeat me before on this, but I'm telling you, I'm on a hot streak today. Once Ezra beat me in the bounty or in the 5-hour, 6-hour, one of those L's, I'm like, this is not going to happen again. Ezra taught me in a very important lesson, like extremely important, to pay attention when you draft. So I'm going to start doing that now. I'm not just going to race my way through it because I might come up against Ezra and I don't want to lose to him again. Unless he drafts Kitty, then I don't mind losing to him because it just proves my point over and over. By the way, Ezra, I added your Kitty to the Discord Hall of Fame. I know how often you peruse Discord. So the Kitty thread, the Hall of Fame thread, your Kitty is now there in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations. All right. Looks like a new one's about to fire off. This one is now full. If you guys knock me out of the tournament, you will get 5 packs for defeating me out of the tournament. And here we go. Ooh, you guys didn't fill it up too quick. Good. Gonna put in my lineup with my combinators. If you're in, declare that you're in. Oh boy, how did I get against these sharks? Elude, Gardeners, and Firebirds. Like, seriously, what did I do wrong today to get those three into the tournament already? Gaudy Gardeners are like the most maxed out bronze team I've seen. Elude, who's probably in the chat, always tough competition. D. Dempsey, well, that's kind of a gimme. So, 3 out of 4 good teams ain't bad. Go Oilers. Ezra's going to start a Discord, guys. It's EzraDenny@AOL.com. You can find him also on Snapchat, Instagram, and what's that one where you swipe left and right? I don't know. Do you want to swipe left or right, Ezra? I didn't say do you want to wipe left or right. I said do you want to swipe left or right? All right, we're on a break here. We'll be back after 2 minutes and continue on with the show. The showdown is coming up.
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day!
Get happy.
Yeah!
Get Geico.
Happy hump day, everyone, on this Wednesday. Good to see you guys here. Hope your hump day is going well, swell, fantastic, however you want to say it. Congratulations, you're halfway through the week. All right, before we get to the bronze, I said I've been on a little bit of a run and a little bit of synchronicity here because we do have one of the managers, longtime viewer of the channel, Cub fan Steve. I don't know if he's in the channel today. He might be out with his grandkids on this nice day in Florida. But Cubs fan Steve and I, we had a battle earlier on today in the Bronze Quick. So this was kind of fun playing in this one here. Cub fan Steve is the Rhinos that he runs in Bronze Quicks. Who else was in this tournament here? We had the Mediocres. Mr. Audit's team was in there. Kansas City Athletics were in there. Who else am I familiar with? The Nuclear Bears. The Castroville Sea Wits, New Castroville Bronzies. Of course, Cubs fan Steve. And I was able to make my way, losing in round number 2. So I had to come up the backside, the B side, and win a bunch in a row. And eventually, the team that beat me in round 2, Cubs fan Steve, I got to play him again in the finals because he won every single game up to the finals. And then I got my revenge. Cubs fan Steve, 2-0. So yeah, what a fun series that was against some really good teams in here. And like I said, been on a little bit of a good run in Bronze Quicks lately. So hopefully that will continue. Let's find out who's in this one here. I think it's this one here, right? This one, 913-26504. Let's check it out. All right, who do we got? I see the doggos. Are the doggos? Is Edgar in chat? Edgar 95. Please speak now. Are you here, Edgar? Ezra, come on, get Geico. It's hump day. Not only do you get the regular Twitch commercials, but we show you extra commercials here. But if it's a theme, there's a theme to it. I don't even know if we have Geico up in Canada. I don't think so. Used to be what? It used to be a Geico, a gecko with a Geico, and now it's a camel. You guys like animals in your commercials. Dogs for Taco Bell. You got the Clydesdales for Budweiser. Man, is there anything with cats? Any kitty commercials? Get an ant farm. I'm not. No. Ants are beneath me, Ezra. If you're gonna do insects, go big. And by big, I mean like I don't know, what's the biggest insect out there? Like praying mantis farm. That would be fun. That might get a lot of views, a praying mantis farm. I might have to put like a PG rating on it. What could go wrong? Putting a bunch of praying mantis together. No wasp for me. I hate bees. All right, Zhawk 48. You are the doggos. All right. Well, you won't get the chance at the bounty because I play you in the first game and I am allowed a loss. But good to see that you're here in chat. We also have the Atlanta Braves. Let me go this way instead. Let me change it up a little bit. We have Sportsman 44, who I'm pretty sure is in the chat. They've got themselves a Ricky Bones combinator. The Halud matching me with a level 5 Eovaldi combinator. Good stuff. They've also got a Wang. Halud has a Wang. A Claudio, another good relief pitcher there. Melanson, another decent relief pitcher. They've got a Choi. Man, if I come up against this team and in the outfield, all they've got is a Colavito, a Corey Patterson, an Adam Dunn combinator, and they've got Gary Renicky, peanuts, and throw in a goose. Yeah, they've got a stacked outfield. All right, next up, we've got the Bathurst Bees. Brendan and the Bathurst Bees running a lot of iron cards, Brendan. A lot of live iron. I like it. Just throw anything in and you never know. Brendan, if you're in the chat, I'm rooting for you. I want this team to win. Let's do it. Let's knock off all those combinator teams. Who else do we have? The Bobble Sox by Bobble. They got Gubiza, Moreiro, Takahashi as combinators, Robinson, Steve Yeager, Frank Tavares Jr., Felix, Will Venable. They've got a few combos. The Canterbury Tales. All right, we're getting English lit class time. English lit class? English class lit. Lit class. By the way, Ezra, did you start your show off with a limerick? Did you do the limerick challenge yesterday or not? I gave you a challenge. Start off your show when the main channel raids over and read off a limerick. Kitty poo poo, we always save the best till the last. Castroville Mashers. You guys are familiar with CWIT on Discord. He does a stream as well. And last night he put together just a random bronze team. Just started from scratch, putting a bronze team together with basically no cards. So he had to open packs. He had to sell missions, complete missions. Really good stream by CWIT last night. This is not that team. This is his main bronze team. And as you can see, there's a lot of blue combinators. There's a lot of orange combinators. He also has a Wang. So there's a couple guys that have Wangs. Wang is really good. He can perform in this tournament. He performs well. So yeah, good team there for CWIT. I don't know if CWIT is in the chat. You heard nothing, Franchise Time Machine. Franchise, if you are a time machine, you would know. You would just rewind the clock 10 minutes. I think you're fake. You are a fake time machine because you would have the answers and you would also be able to go ahead in time and know who wins this tournament. So come on, prove it, time machine. Who wins this tournament today? We got the Denver Doggos, who I'm playing in the first game. Music Lessons, of course, has a theme team with all the players of major leaguers who affiliates have mispronounced over the years, and it's stacked. He could run a couple teams. This is the most stacked team I've ever seen because they've got combinators and they've got good combinators. They also have a Wang. That's 3 Wangs in this tournament so far. Why have 1 Wang when you can have 3 in the tournament? But they're stacked. Jones, DiMaggio, Walker, Renicky, Blauser combinator, Petrocelli, Jake Stahl, and it goes on and on and on. Midway Defenders, who I played earlier today in a bronze quick, beat them in the first game. I don't know how it turned out. They were running a few iron cards there as well. A lot of the meta for the bronze. Jenks, that's who I beat today. Jenks. I knew I beat Jenks in something. It was in a bronze quick. D. Dempsey Got the Pipkins. D. Dempsey starting to put some. This is what happens when a teacher goes on vacation, folks. They have time to put into their team. And D. Dempsey all of a sudden has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 combinators. Watch out for him. EVC snuck in here too. And EVC saying, hey, if the Bobble Sox can run bronze or the Bees, whoever it was, I can run iron too. He's got a lot of iron. EVC, I don't think your main team registered in here. I don't think you got your right bronze team in here, EVC. You probably forgot to go to the roster builder part. I've done that. I know. And Sean Saul and his Washington Park Rangers, who have met quite a bit in bronze. I win some, I lose some against Sean Saul. Again, he's got a wing. There's our fourth wing. Everyone's got a wing, I believe. I don't know. Let's just double check. I'm curious now. Yeah. Braves have a wing. Elude has a big wing because it's combinated. It's boosted. He's got a boosted wing. We've got the Braves, the second Braves team. All right. They're wingless. They do not have one. Okay. We can probably stop there. I thought we might have a perfect 16 out of 16. Oh, I forgot. Did I? Kitty Poo Poo. You were you were this one, right? Braves only. Was this you, Kitty Poo Poo? Kitty Poo Poo, how come you don't have a wang? Where's your wang? Kitty. Kitty, come on. You broke the string here. Yeah, those blue boosted wings. They're impressive. They do well in this tournament. Those that I've seen. Not many blue boosted wings out there, but there are a few. EVC he's into wood. Have you never watched EVC? Wilbur Wood, Woody Held, James Wood. Come on. Get your affiliates straight here. Ezra, what are you playing recently? You're playing EVC's siblings team. EVC Junior? All right, well, the first sim is going to come in, so we're going to wait and just see what takes place here in this first sim. Yeah, we have the showdown coming up later. We got a lot of good teams, 4 good managers have a chance to win 10 packs each. Plus, you'll have a chance to win some packs by guessing the results of our contest today. Steel Devil 1, thank you. Thank you. Little Green, we'll wait till the next break. I missed some of these Pound Biscuits redemptions. Okay, come on, Sim. Come on, Sim. Is it in? First game up against the Doggos. Nope. I guess we're not playing the first sim yet. Let me exit back out. Check it again. Should have fired off already. There we go. Doggos go down 5-2. So Doggos, if I lose the next game and you win your next game, you may have a chance at revenge. I may get to play you again. So I will be going up against the Atlanta Braves TTC, who I believe is the Kitty Poo Poo team. I believe they're Braves only. One of these Braves is Kitty Poo Poo. It's not Sportsman, though. No, must be this one here. All right, so game 1 in the books. Who else won? The Dukes Dodgers, the Midway Defenders, Canterbury Tales, the Gaudy Garden Gardeners, Sea Wits Mashers, and the Sox, Bobble Sox. So all the other teams will be now they need to win out. They need to win every single game going forward to get to the finals. So, and it can be done. It can be done. I've seen many teams do that. They lose the first one and then they win all their remaining games. Okay, we'll leave that for now. Let's go and check in on today's 5L. We should be done. We should have our champion today. It was not me. My loser drafting ability in the 5 and 6L usually means a quick exit. And I think that happened again today. Here we go. Let's examine. D-King in the chat. Good to see you. So I did win the first one against Low Diamond Phillips. And then in round 2, this guy who I mentioned earlier, Music Lessons defeated me to get the bounty ticket for the end of the month draw. So Music Lessons, Time Machine. How far did you go? In the quarterfinals, it was Honey losing to Music Lessons. So Music Lessons, after beating me, won round 3, won round 4. The Peoria Spitfires, 4-2. The Copenhagen Hot Dogs, 4-1 over Minerva's team. And in the other quarterfinals, it was 4-2 for the Twin Peaks Steeplejacks. Was anyone running Kitty? No. Always check the quarterfinals. No Kitty. No Kitty. No. No. Nope. So it doesn't look like any Kitty Bransfields in the quarterfinals. In the semifinals, it was Music Lessons, winning 4-0. So defeating me 4-2. Then we'll win 4-3 over the Boston Braves. Then wins 4-2 over the Honeygrams. 4-0 over Peoria. And then in the finals, they will face the Steeplejacks, and it will be the Steeplejacks. So almost one of those situations where the team that beat me went all the way. So 4 points for the Steeplejacks, 3 for the Llamas, 2 for Copenhagen, and 1 point for Peoria. Okay. Let's go check a quick peek. Let's go take a quick peek. First of all, at the 5L standing. So this does not include today's. It does include last night for the 6L, but does not include today's, of course, because that just finished. Here we go. The top 10 teams this month so far. The Richmond Assassin Squirrels, the Central Kentucky Pirates, Road Soda, Lighter Fluid from I Rock This, D-Block's Bone Bruisers, Carlton Blues, the Charlotte Dachshunds, Springfield Matadors, Manchester Worker Bees, and there's D. Dempsey with his Orlean Firebirds. Like I said a couple weeks ago, watch out for this team. We got a PTCS coming up soon. You're going to see a lot of that Orleans Firebirds in the next couple months because that's a manager that knows how to play the lower level Leisure Lounge and the Bronze Iron. I think he still plays. I don't know, D. Dempsey, do you play like Open or Diamond or Gold or anything like that? Or are you kind of focusing on Iron, Bronze, and Perfect drafts? So there's our top 10. Again, the team in first place right now highlighted in blue. So the Richmond Assassin Squirrels have 2 wins this month. They've got a 2nd place, 2 3rd place, and a 4th place finish. Well done. Full leaderboard. We have 65 teams that have at least one top 4 finish. That is amazing. 65 different teams have finished in the top 4 in May. Over to the 6L. In the 6L, a little bit of a bigger lead here for the person in first place. This is Spore's Detroit Lions, currently in first place with 15 points. Makadkar, the Matrokis, and D King 395, who I saw earlier in the chat, kind of tied for second, third, and fourth. Rich Rock, the Black Knights, Georgia Tech, the Cardinals, D Block, and the Spiders, all with 6 points. So remember, we end off on May the 31st. So we have tonight, tomorrow, and then Saturday. No, Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, 3 more days in May. I did not get into tonight's tournament, so hopefully someone can send me the results so I can add them to the leaderboard. I forgot to enter last night, which usually doesn't happen. So it's going to be tough. Someone's going to have to pull off a couple top 4 finishes here in the next couple days to beat Spore and the Lions. All right, we are on a break. We'll be back in 2 minutes' time. Here is your Wednesday Hump Day wake-up call on behalf of Little Green using the Helm Biscuits. Thank you, Little Green, for redeeming your biscuits for a little Wednesday kitty kitty. That one is for you. Yes, D King, you are definitely making a comeback here. Man, if you look in the 6L over the last few days, you lost to Spore. That was a key loss there. That could have extra point. He would have lost a point. You would have gained a point. And then you came second 2 days later. So 2 second place finishes this last 7 days. And then you won yesterday. So very well done. That's 4, 7, 10 points in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tournaments. So 3 more days to go. Question is the road too short for you to make up 5 more points? So congratulations. You've been drafting really well. Not only you have to make up 5 points, you have to hope that Sporer doesn't finish in the top 4. D Block again, just having some bad luck. He gets into the semis, but he has a fourth place finish, and then Ezra with the fourth place finish there. So yeah, congratulations to those of you that are doing well in the 4L or 5L and in the 6L. Same thing in the 5L, the morning one. Road Soda has had a couple wins in the last couple weeks, so congratulations to the Road Soda. Of course, I Rock This, a couple wins as well. So kind of pulling a D King there with a couple recent wins. But the Assassin Squirrels, they've been really consistent all month long. They've been doing extremely, extremely well. Again, the bounty tickets, all the teams that beat me will get a ticket, which we'll put on the wheel, we'll spin at the end of the month, and one of these bounty tickets will be redeemed for 5 packs. So music lessons is there. Ezra has a couple tickets. Ezra with 2, he's beat me twice. Sparty Terp, Jenks is there. The Worker Bees, Rich Rock, D Block, every block. Dono, Griffs, Doobie, McNoobs, WX Scott, Tactile. And then in the 6L, same thing. We have the tickets here. Rich Rock, Lighter Fluid, Spore, Macabre, Rosin, Andy, 68 Pirate. Yeah, always fun. And then next week, we'll present the cards that have done the best in this tournament in May. So you'll get to see the difference between the 5L top performing cards and the 6L top performing cards. 5L again played at the Olympic Stadium, and the 6L played at Skydome in 1985. Okay. Let's go on to give you a little bit of OOTP update here. This is the last week to qualify for the PTCS. So enter those tournaments. Look where you are on the overall standings. You want to be in the top 128. So if you're trying to qualify for the perfect drafts, you got to get some first and second place finishes over the next few days. Sunday is the last day of tournaments to qualify. There was only 4 weeks this cycle. Sometimes it's 4 weeks, sometimes it's 5 weeks. So good luck. I will probably be in bronze. Maybe I might squeeze into the daily draft. D. Dempsey mentioned he plays the open as well, or wild card, I think he said. Never really tried the open or wild card. It's just too scary. And I don't have a done combinator. Yeah. That's one combinator that is very pricey on the card shop. I got in late to the combo conversation, but still early enough to get some really good priced cards, like the Diamond Pipkins, the Eovaldi. I got at a really good price. So those people that got in early. And here's the thing too. Yeah, these full combinator teams are dominating most of the tournaments. They are. No doubt about it. But when you get to the PTCS, it all depends on the format of the PTCS. The first one was great because it was a live format. So there were no combinator cards. Everyone had to play live cards. So everyone's kind of on an even level with all lives because anyone can get live bronze or live iron and put a team together if they qualify. And then we got to the second one, which was all snapshot and unsung heroes. And a lot of the good meta cards are snapshot and unsung heroes. So the teams that combinated early had really good teams in the second PTCS because it just happened to be unsung heroes and snapshot. However, this next one, those combinator teams, you're not going to see many fully combinated teams this next PTCS because they won't be able to use a lot of those cards. My guess, if I was a betting man, I think the next PTCS is going to be era-based. We've had live, we've had card type, This one I think is going to be era, whether it's a recent era or whether it's pre 1940. I don't know. And so if it is era based, that's going to cut out probably half of the combinators that these teams have. Still, they've got an advantage, of course, because they will have some combinated cards. But the last one was pretty stacked because of the unsung heroes and snapshot. I'd love to see. I don't know what you guys think in chat, but should every PTCS just be live cards? I was thinking about that today, just so it's always on an even playing field. If every PTCS was live cards, and just rotate stadiums, like instead of having a home run stadium, have a pitcher stadium one time, or have different. I guess you can have couldn't have different eras because they're live cards. It would have to be modern. I was just wondering if it should always be live cards. It'd be kind of boring, but at the same time, it would be even playing field. Or if they ever can code it properly, where you have a certain limit on combinators, 2 or 3 or 4, whatever that might be. Don't know. Don't know. We will find out. Probably next Monday or Tuesday, Spore will come on and give his little update on the cards that are possibly going to be won, the format, all that kind of stuff. Usually he does that on the Monday or Tuesday of the week of. So stay tuned for that. We'll see that in a few days. So D. Dempsey says, eliminate the open category and move the live tournaments into that category. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that, do we want a level playing field in the PTCS, or do we just want opportunities for those that don't combinate to get in some sort of format where there are no combinators? So like you said, they don't all 10 tournaments don't have to be live. All 10 tournaments don't have to be unsung heroes and snapshot cards. Maybe they do because of coding. I don't know. I'm not a coder. But could they have 10 tournaments with different eras, different card eligibilities? Because if they could, it would make sense to have a couple where they are live players, live cards. Perfect Team Combinator Series? No. But I mean, if that could be coded to have 10 different eras type of cards, that would be the way to go. Because here's the issue too. When people qualify for these 10 tournaments, there are a lot of people qualifying in live tournaments. Like I'm betting of the 128 teams that qualify for iron or bronze, maybe 20, 30 strictly play the live tournaments and they get in because they accumulate enough points. The problem is once they make the PTCS, usually it's historical cards, and that's where they get crushed because they qualify as a live player, but then the PTCS requires you to have all these good historical cards, and they don't have them. So maybe we do need 1, 2, 3 of these 10 to be kind of live formats for the entire cycle. So that if I know every PTCS in silver is going to be live, I'm going to play live silver dailies all the time. So that when the PTCS comes, I know it's going to be a live tournament. Maybe that evens out the playing field a little bit. I just feel sorry for those of you that do play the live dailies and then you make it to the PTCS and you don't have the cards because you're playing live all the time. In Iron, I think only PTCS points. I think you only get PTS points in live tournament. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Franchise is you are focusing on the live aspect of it, but then you get all these points and qualify, but the PTCS is going to require you to have the good combinated iron cards. So I don't know. I don't know what the best route is. I would just like to see more opportunities for an even playing field in some of the PTCS formats. Because the way they've done it is pretty much all 10 tournaments are same era or same card type. Although the last one, the iron, bronze, and silver were unsung heroes and snapshots, and then the other ones were different formats. So, and there's always the drafts, right? The drafts, there is no combinators. So you just spam the dailies and drafts or the weeklies and drafts and just hope that you accumulate enough points, because that is pretty much an even playing field. Those two draft tournaments here on the right-hand side. Because luck of the draw. You get a Jackie Robinson in your perfect round, or you get a Shane Bieber in your perfect round, as opposed to 6 live cards. There is still some luck of the draw, but at least it's a little bit more even playing field. All right, what else? What else? Also, on Monday is likely, although it hasn't, I don't think, been stated officially anywhere, the next live update. And you got to check your rosters, your live rosters, your any tournament you're playing live cards in. Make sure you check them Monday, because if a bronze goes to silver, they can no longer play in your bronze tournament. Or if a iron goes to bronze, your iron live tournament might be short a player or two. So you got to check that out on Monday if that's when the next live spec is. I was fortunate to have, I mean, this community is bar none the best. When you can have community guests on to share their knowledge and expertise, whether it's OOTP 23, 24, 25. I mentioned a few names last episode, but, you know, I've had Your Kidneys on, who many of you know. I've had Chess Safari on, who shared his expertise. I've had D Dempsey and D Block on, sharing their expertise, and hoping to have, you know, D Dempsey on again, because we're talking about a certain area of the game that I think is not really studied a lot and could help a lot of newer players out. I've had, of course, the Hawk Report with the different co-hosts on there. And on Monday, I had Fussmucker on. And Fuss knows his live cards. He knows the real life baseball players. He researches their stats and how they're doing. And he presented his locks of the month. The 5 cards he thought were gonna go up levels, and 5 cards he said quick sell now because they're likely going to drop. So if you missed that on Monday, go check out the VOD. It's about the 2-hour mark. Look for this guy in the New York Ranger jersey, and maybe go to the card shop before it's too late, because a lot of these cards have probably skyrocketed in value already. There's still some good bargains to buy live players. Remember, you can own 10 of every live player. And then anyone you get in a pack is like an extra one you get. So I do have my 10 Lamont Wade Juniors, because that is one he said he thinks is going to go to a gold. Max LP 81, good to see you. Once PTCS formats are announced, you're more yeah, absolutely, D Dempsey. That'll be fun. Always enjoy when D Dempsey's on, talking Texas Rangers, Toronto Blue Jays. Although, you know, if Dallas does win this series, I might need a few days to I might need a few days to cool off. I don't want you to take the brunt if Dallas wins this series, which if Edmonton doesn't win tonight, it's over. Edmonton must. This is a must-win game for the Oilers tonight. But yeah, look forward to that conversation, because I think it's an area of the game that hasn't really been discussed a lot, and I think D Dempsey is one of the best at this component of the game that we're going to discuss. You're not a hockey fan? I wasn't sure if you were a hockey fan. I never really heard you talk about Dallas, but also, I won my first weekly today. Yeah, we are 2 months into the cycle, and I've never won a weekly, but today I did. And it was I don't know which one this was. It was a best of 7, managed to go all the way to the final, only won 7-game series. And semifinals, I won 4-1. Finals, I won 4-1. Quarterfinals, 4-0. So I got on a roll late. And so I got my first ever perfect prize, perfect pack. For those new players out there, eventually they'll probably have tournament choice cards where you open a pack and you have 12 or 18 cards to choose from, and you get to pick one or two of them. But that hasn't been announced yet. But they are coming. They did say they will have them in the game at some point. So I haven't opened the pack yet. I'll wait until at least after tomorrow's set, because why not? Why not wait? Because there might be some really good perfects tomorrow. And oddly enough, this was my MVP of the finals. Now, D. Dempsey, you play bronze, or other managers out there that play bronze. Has this guy ever been on your radar? Gary Geiger? I've never heard of him. Like, I just, that's how oblivious I am to this card. He was my MVP. And this was not a lower level tournament. This had perfect cards, diamond cards. It was a full scale tournament. But look at this. In the 5 World Series games, he had 3 hits, 3 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits, 1 hit, 8, 10, 13 hits in 5 games. And looking at his profile, he doesn't look like anything special. So I think this is just one of those one-off situations where he's the MVP. Defense is nice. Yeah. Yeah. So like in the 5L in the Sky Dome, in the defensive era, might be a card I would consider more now. But yeah, he had a really good finals. His campaign slogan was "Count in Gary." The Geiger counter. I get it. The showdown coming up in just a little bit. If someone can type in exclamation WED, exclamation WED, that will activate the Google form, and the Google form will allow you to make your predictions on who you think are going to win the 2 contests today. Again, 5 packs on the line if you are the best at predicting for today's showdown. Exclamation WED. Thank you, Kitty Poo Poo. I will pin that. Good. Next up, 2 teams are going to join this list. We're getting close to the end of round 1. And again, this is going to be something that takes place the entire cycle. We've got some physical prizes at the end of it for the winner. And every win that teams get along the way, 10 packs, goes to the manager that represents them. So here you see all the winning teams so far from the showdown. And today we've got a couple doozies. We spun the wheel yesterday. Today we're going to have Blue Void. I don't know if they're in chat. Blue Void and the 2004 Red Sox. I believe they were world champions that year. Was that the year they came back 3-0 from the Yankees? So Blue Void's 2004 Red Sox are going to be taking on Dono 43. I don't know if Dono's in chat. If you're here, say hi. Brent, you will know. Is 2004 the year that the Red Sox reverse swept the Yankees? Because they decided to pitch to David Ortiz. Dono 43's 2014 Giants Red Sox will be game match number 1. Oh, there you are, Dono. So Dono, I always like to ask, why this team? Why this year? What's the significance of you choosing this team to represent you? Other than, I was a big fan. Is it just because you have such good memories of that championship? It was only 10 years ago. Game number 2. I don't know if these managers are here. Is Ken R. Ken R48, your 1995 Atlanta Braves stacked team. McGriff, Chipper, Justice, I don't even know who. I'm sure Smoltz, Maddox, all those guys I'm sure were on that team. They're going to be going up against a team from like 86, 84 years earlier, the 1907 Chicago Cubs. And that's represented by Cubs fan 23, Steve. Say hi, Cubs fan Steve, if you're in the chat, because your team came up on the wheel yesterday and you will get to play the 1995 Braves. All right, back in 2 minutes to continue the show.
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Oh, excuse me, ladies, coming through. Guess what day? Ooh, popcorn! Hey, guess what? Popcorn! Oh, you put extra butter, huh? Nice. What day is it? What's today? What? What? Do I have popcorn in my teeth?
I mean, we talked for a long time.
Hey, Mike! Guess what day it is? It's movie day! Turn off your cell phone!
You know him.
Let me call you back. Yeah, we work together.
Is that your mom, man? Movies with your mom. I dig it, dude. That's nice. Movie day? Whoop, whoop! Yeah!
Happy hump day again, everyone out there in Twitch land. Yes, it is Wednesday, halfway through the work week. So a few hump day references throughout the show today. Good to see you. KDR Twitch is in the chat today. Dono's in the chat today. KDR, this was a Google form I put out when OOTP 25 was released back in March. And 163 managers filled it out. Here you are right here. You picked the 1995 Braves as your first choice, the 83 Braves, and then the 57 Milwaukee Braves. So I'm assuming this is you. You've got the same name. There's a Dono as well. You guys submitted your form close to the same time. He picked the 2014 Giants, and then the second choice was the 2012 Giants, and then the 2010 Giants. I guess yes, all the even years that the Giants did well during that season. So yeah, that's what we're kind of going off of. All the teams went on a wheel. We spin the wheel every week to see who plays who. And the winning managers each week get 10 packs sent to their account. So Cubs fan Steve, Ken R, Dono, and Blue Void are the four managers that popped up this week. Yeah, that was long ago. It's taken your team 2 months You're right towards the end of the first round. With 64 teams, it takes a while to get through them all. So you probably won't have, if you win today, you probably won't have to wait as long to play your second round matchup. So again, fill out the form. It is posted there in the chat. It is pinned. Predict who you think is going to win each of the 2 rounds. We'll close that off in about 10 minutes. There it is, that form there. Who is going to win? And then a couple tiebreaker questions too. And again, I decided to do the community showdown. I know Dr. Dynastic had a similar 64-team tournament. You know, strangely enough, we both kind of started at the same time. It's like, oh, I'm doing that too. Oh, so am I. But at least there's different twists on it. He just has kind of the 64 top teams in history, and I had the community choose which team. So each person that entered got to pick a team, maximum of 2 managers per team, so we don't have all the Yankees out there. So that's why I asked for your second and third choice. And again, it's because of you guys and your support that I wanted to do something like this and award you guys some packs for every time you win, and a chance to win some packs by predicting. So throughout the last year or so, all those that have subscribed, including many of you in chat today, thank you so much for all that you do for the community, even if it's goofy things like, say, hey, Lap, can you play the KTEL May track of the week of the month? Yes, I can, Spurtle PNW. Just for you.
There he goes. And he ain't wearing no clothes. Oh, yes, they call him the street. That's the thing on 2 feet. He's just as proud as he can be of his anatomy. He gonna give us some feet. Oh, yes, they call him the street. He likes to show off his physique. If there's an audience to be
That is not D-Block's mom. It is not D-Block's mom. There you go. The May KTEL track of the month. Monday will be in a new month, and we'll have a different selection for the month of June. Thank you, Spurtle. Thank you for a little bit of cover from Mr. Stevens, who we talked about on yesterday's show. And even though, you know, long time viewer of the channel, Pops Dongoria, even though we did not play Kitty Kitty, he loves his dogs. Oh, Mr. Dongoria did. Buster Posey fan. 2012 Giants. Mr. Action Figure. Woof woof. Thank you, Pops Dongoria, for redeeming the Hound Biscuits there. We got the dogs out of the pound here. So again, thanks to my community and a few other little odds and ends here. Just a quick update. I know many of you have been concerned and wondering, where's old Dylan? Where is he? We haven't seen him in chat recently. What's going on? Where's Dylan? Well, Dylan is working. All right. He is working, and he's working hard. He's working at Wings and Things. He's still there, folks. He has not left. He's still at Wings and Things. He reports in twice a day. He's waiting for all of you that signed up for the meet and greet. You were supposed to be there on the weekend. He's still there. This is a no refund policy, he told me. He said he's not refunding your entry fee. So go to Granite City, Illinois, northeast of St. Louis. Stop in St. Louis. Yeah, take a selfie by the arch. Yeah, go ahead. Go grab some ribs. And then head up to Granite City to the wings and things. And I really want to know what the things are. So when you look at the menu, please let me know what things you ordered. Old Delano. Tomorrow, we're going to feature another subscriber on Google Earth. We're going to take a look at a guy that collects vinyl. Yeah, he spins the tracks. Former DJ. No, I don't know if he was a DJ. I like to think he's a DJ. I don't know if there's wings and wangs there. The bronze teams have a lot of wangs, but thank you, Old Delano. Again, one of my favorite photos of the year so far. You actually went out of your way after we were tracking your city, and you took a selfie outside of this random place that we stopped at. Just again, for those of you that didn't catch the episode, it's on the VOD. It was a nice 10 minutes going through Granite City. Word of caution one more time. Down the street from Wings and Things, there's a place that makes you drool. Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome for tuning you in to this location in Granite City. So, Mr. Max LP, I don't think you work tomorrow, so I hope you can tune into the channel tomorrow, Max, after Twipped. And you're going to guide us through your hometown. Talk about that tomorrow. New packables. If you have been on vacation and did not see the announcement on Memorial Day on Monday, they released 2 new cards into the deck. Bobby Dorr with his military uniform and Stan the Man. Perfect card. And I'm telling you, the Stan the Man, he is a good card. He is a good card. Left field is very under I don't know what the word is. Just there's not a lot of really high-end left fielders out there right now. It might be the one position where they're lacking a lot of good left fielders. Stan the Man can be that guy. 500,000 buy order on the card shop yesterday. I don't know if it's still there. No one in my Packs Only team has posted a screenshot yet of either of these cards. So if you pull one of these cards, go over to the Discord because both of these cards look like they're going to do really well for you. Some other OOTP news announced earlier today. Nicolino on the Discord said, as of now, all those throwback series cards, remember at the beginning of the year, for those of you that got the free pack of throwback cards, you got to pick 2 of the 10. All of those cards now are in packs. So you're going to start seeing the Doc Ellis, the Hugh Duffy, the Tom Paciorek. Do you guys remember if you got one of these packs, who you chose? I chose the Duffy and the Ellis, the first 2 here. Here's the list of all of them. Selvey was on there. Pedro. Who else? Larry. Zoilo. Bobby Dorr. Rodney. You don't remember getting it, D King? You should have. It was for those people that pre-ordered the game. If you pre-ordered it, you got this free gold pack. It was that, it was that pack that said 25th anniversary on it. And then when you opened it up, you had to pick 2 of the 10 cards that were showing. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. So those were the 10 names that you see here. Those were the names on the pack. So just curious if you guys remember who you picked. Because that Doc Ellis turned out to be, this was when a lot of people were thinking P. Babbitt was still the way to go. And Doc Ellis was a lot of home run suppression and lower P. Babbitt. And then after a couple weeks, people were going like, hey, this Doc Ellis is pretty good. But they couldn't get him because they weren't in packs. So if you didn't pick him and there were none on the card shop, you had a tough time getting that Doc Ellis. I mean, mind you, the card art is fabulous too for Doc Ellis. So yeah, if you guys remember who you got, post it in the chat. Also tomorrow, the teaser came out last night. Tomorrow on Twipped, NEL Series number 2. And it's posted here. There will be 20 plus cards. So get your popcorn ready. Settle in for probably a couple hour show. 20 plus cards from iron to perfect. So D Dempsey, we're going to get some more iron and bronze cards, including some familiar names and some new ones, which is cool because of all the NEL cards that have come out. There's still some players we haven't seen in the game yet. And that'll be fun. One thing Sporer is good at, he's good at finding some real cool names, whether it's Diamond Pipkins or String Bean Williams. Who else? There are some other good NEL names out there too. So I'll be curious to see which new players we get in the game tomorrow. Will we see the meta Sage Satchel Page? Will we see the meta Josh Gibson? Will we see the meta Oscar Charleston? Roy Campanella? Oscar came out very late last year. I'm thinking he comes out tomorrow. And then they hold off on Satch and Gibson. If I had to put some money on it, I think we see the perfect Charleston come out tomorrow. Or maybe that's wishful thinking. Welcome to the team, Sage Patchell. Darn it. No, wait a minute. He doesn't qualify. Music Lessons is not in the chat. You're franchise time machine. You do not qualify. You can use him in one of your stream sims. You can put him into a different environment, but you can't use him on your theme team. That's a music lesson thing. See, I got you on a technicality. You can take his team with your franchise time machine and put him into a different year, but you can't take him. You're on the wrong account to do that. So tomorrow, guys, EVC back from holidays. EVC and I has his alt has an alt, yes. EVC will be back all rested up, probably all tanned up. He's probably looking refreshed. He'll be back on with myself for the Amigo show at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Eastern, maybe with a surprise or two that we'll get to announce. Then Spore is going to be on from noon to 2. And then I'll be back on with the post-TWIP show with all the usual bounties and trivia and early bird giveaway, all that kind of stuff. So tomorrow, pre-TWIPed, Amigo show, TWIPed, and then the post-TWIP show. All right, let's go check before we get into today's community showdown. Let's go and see if I've been knocked out. Just loading up the game here. Well, I'm out of both of my bronze quicks. So if that person is in chat that claimed the bounty, they will get 5 packs. But not everyone in that tournament was in chat. So let's go and find out. Ended in 13. This one right here. Well, that would be fitting if it was TX Jenks, because I beat TX earlier in the day. Okay, so game number 2, I lost to, let's go this over here instead. Game number 2, so I beat the Doggos. No, game number 2, Atlanta beat me. This is, I think, is Kitty Kitty. They beat me for the first loss. And then I went over to the B side and beat the Doggos for a second time. Sorry, Doggos, knocking you out of the tournament. So that pushed me to the quarterfinals, and in the quarterfinals, it was TX Jenks winning by a score of 4-3. TX Jenks, extra inning walk-off there for your midway defenders, getting a little bit of revenge on the Hound here. And revenge when it counts. Bottom of the 10th inning, a ground out by Matsui, strikeout to Betterment, and then a solo shot for Frankie Hayes. There is the bounty ticket bounty claimer, Frankie Hayes with the walk-off. So, the Gaudy Gardeners are taking on the Braves only team. And over on the other side, Midway would lose their next game to the Dodgers, so they would be knocked off. So we've got the Dukes Dodgers up against C-Wits in the other semifinal matchup. So that, that was a bummer. Let me just double check. D. Dempsey made a run there late as well. So D. Dempsey almost made it to the semifinals, but got knocked out by C-Wit. And there it is, the winning team of the bounty. Jenks, I'm going to write that down. Here's your 2-minute warning, guys, on the Community Showdown. There it is, one last time, today's form. You got 2 minutes to fill it out. Okay, so good. I'm entered into another one. Let's get our first Showdown matchup set up. One of the best things about OOTP 25 is there are other ways to play the game other than Perfect Team. Yes, you can play the game in many, many different ways. You can start up a historical game, any two teams in history. You can start up a 2024 game using the current rosters in Major League Baseball. You can even start up a new custom game where you can create a fictional league. Name all your players, whatever you want, or the real world or the historical. Many fun ways that you can play this game. They have the Hall of Fame showcase, again, with some of the artifacts and some of the plaques. They will keep adding more as the year goes on. And coming soon, it's grayed out right now. Coming soon, Drive for the Pennant, where you're going to be able to immerse yourself into specific moments in history and replay them out. So maybe you jump into the 2023 conference championships as the Texas Rangers, and you see if you can repeat them as a winner, as a World Series champion. So really looking forward to Drive for the Pennant. Going to be some fun stuff you can do there. And that should be coming very, very soon into the game. I'm sure they're hard working on that now. But for new exhibition, oops, we don't want that one. We don't want entire season, so let's cancel that. New game, historical exhibition. And let's go close off the Google form. $18 responses in 5, 4, 3. We got a break on here, so we'll keep it up during the break and shut it off when we get back here. Back in 2. All right, so let's close this form off and we'll see what you guys are predicting here. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Looks like we got 20 entries today, closing off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. 1 in 20 chance for you to win. The last one to get in was, looks like Tiger Cub 366. Got in the nick of time. So good luck. All right, let's find out what you guys are thinking here. Who will win? Half of the respondents, 10 people, think it's going to be the Red Sox and the Braves, which again, are two very good guesses, two very strong teams in the past. And again, some world champions there. So the underdogs, definitely the Giants and the Cubs today. How many games will we played? 35% think that it's going to be a sweep in round 1 and go to game 3 in the second series. 60% think we're going to have 5 to 8 home runs in the first series and 5 to 8 home runs in the second series. And then we have the tiebreakers. What is the total runs scored in series 1 and the total runs scored in series 2? All right, let me create my sheet right now. There we go. All right, good luck. Let's do this. Let's go to our first round matchup. Again, some big, cool prizes at the end of this when we eventually have our champion, because it's going to take a while to get there. The home team for the first series will be the 2004 Red Sox. This is a power year, the end of the power years. Lots of dingers. Red Sox were 98 and 64 that year. And they would go on and sweep the 105 win St. Louis Cardinals in the World Series. In a very magical run for the Red Sox, they overcame a 3-0 deficit against the Yankees. And game 6 was known as the Bloody Sock game. So after Curt Schilling beat the Bronx Bombers, despite having surgery on his ankle before the game, and of course we saw evidence of that with the Bloody Sock. So this is a Bloody Sox team. Also in that year, Roger Clemens won his 7th and final Cy Young Award with the Houston Astros. So Roger, coming towards the end of his career, won the Cy Young in Houston, and he became the oldest player to win the award at the age of 40. San Fran's Barry Bonds will win his 7th NL MVP, and many of the teams refused to even pitch to Barry Bonds. 120 intentional walks to Barry Bonds that season. So almost, one not quite every game, but that's a lot of walks. So the 2004 Boston Red Sox, they're going to take on the visiting 2014 San Francisco Giants. 88 and 74 record. For the third time in 5 years, the San Fran Giants will win the World Series behind Mad Bum's dominating performance with a .43 ERA, one of the all-time best World Playoff Series performances. Their opponent, Kansas City, were making their first postseason appearance in almost 30 years, and the replay system that year was expanded to include many on-field calls. So that was the year that we got more replays with on-field calls. Also, deliberate home plate collisions were outlawed that year, so new for that. And there were 5 no-hitters pitched back in 2014. So some news and notes from the 2014 season. We played 3 games, 1-1-1, alternating home and away. We used the modern era, end of season rosters, and we disable injuries. Home team 2004 Red Sox, visiting team 2014 Giants, best of 3. Let's get to it. And we always fast sim the first game once we look at the lineups, reminisce a little bit about some of these players you may have grown up watching. And game number 1, wow, what a pitcher matchup. This would have been so fun to watch. Pedro Martinez from 2004. And back in 2004, Pedro Martinez with the Red Sox went, where's his pitching here? 16-9. Not his best ERA season, kind of a down year for Pedro. 3.9 WAR. So he had a much better 2003 and 2005 season. So this may be the chance to get at Pedro. And it's his last year in Boston. He will go on to New York after this season, where he will put up a 15-8 record in his first year in New York there. He will be going up against Madison Bumgarner. Oh man. This is not the year you want to face him. Back in 2014, he went 18-10, 298 ERA, 5.6 WAR. Not his career best in terms of WAR. That was back in 2011. But yeah, what a magical playoff performance by Madison back in 2014. Okay, let's start the game. Here's your starting lineup for the visiting 2014 Giants. Leading off will be Gregor Blanco playing center field. Out in right field, you know him, you love him, Hunter Pence. Catching behind the plate, one of Pop Stongoria's favorite players ever, Buster Posey. First base, eventually would come over to the Blue Jays, Brandon Belt. Playing in left field, hitting 279, Mike Morse. At second base, he hit 305 back in 2014, Joe Panik. At third base, a 267 hitter, Matt Duffy. And at shortstop, the reliable Brandon Crawford. And of course, on the mound, Madison. For your hometown, Boston Red Sox, as the crowd in Boston, as they usually do, out in right, Rott Nixon. In left field, Manny Ramirez, who hit 308, 43 home runs that season with a .613 slugging percentage. In the cleanup role, playing first base, David Ortiz. 32-year-old catcher, Jason Varitek. One of Captain Kegleg's favorite players of all time, Jason Varitek, hit 296 that year. Kevin Youkilis will be playing third. At shortstop, Orlando Cabrera. And at second, the pokester, Pokey Reese. And pitching, once again, 16 wins, 9 losses for your 2004 Red Sox, Pedro Martinez. Let's sim the entire game, as we always do with the first game. And the Red Sox are going to take it quite handily, 6-2. Pedro will go 6 innings, giving up 2 earned runs, only 4 hits. Bumgarner will go 5 1/3 inning, 8 hits, 5 earned runs. Not a day for Madison. Pedro is your player of the game, 7 strikeouts. Home runs for Boston. Manny Ramirez hits 1 in the 4th, and Kevin Youkilis will hit 1 in the 6th inning. Both of those are solo shots. And for San Francisco, no big performances by any of the team members. Game 1, Boston Red Sox. We go to the left coast and to San Francisco. where it's going to be Kurt Schilling, the bloody sock, up against Tim Hudson. Tim Hudson going 9-13 that season. Kurt Schilling went 21-6. Definitely got to favor the Red Sox here on the road. Both teams using the exact same lineup here, so we go inning by inning. And if it's close in the 7th, then we'll play it out a little bit. 1-0 Boston after 1. San Fran has 4 hits, but no runs to show for it. It is now 1-0 after 2. There you go, San Fran first lead. They get 2 runs here at home in the bottom of the 3rd. A walk to Buster Posey, a single by Mike Morse will score Posey, and then a single by Joe Panik will score Mike Morse. 2-1 San Fran after 3. Another run here for San Fran in the 4th inning. A walk to Brandon Crawford. He's going to be sacrificed over. No, he's not. It's going to be a sack attempt, a bunt attempt. But it's going to be a double play. Runner is thrown out. Blanco will double, though, and a single by Hunter Pence is going to score Blanco. That's where San Fran will get their 3rd run of the game as we head to the 5th. San Fran wants to go back to Boston. Boston will make it a 3-2 score. However, in the bottom of the 5th, San Francisco, Dono 43 and his Giants put up 6 as they will bat around. Belt will lead off with a single, and he will be the last out of the inning. In between that, we have singles by Mike Morris, by Joe Panik. We have a single by Tim Hudson, Blanco, double by Hunter Pence, and a double by Buster Posey. And this is a rout. 9-2 as we go to the 7th. 2 for Boston. They're Jeremy Affeldt in the game now for San Francisco. Another run for Boston will make it 9-5, but 3 more runs for Dono's team here in the bottom of the 7th, and it is 12-5. No runs. Go figure. Only 2 innings have not produced a run. The 2nd inning and the 8th inning. Here we go. Top of 9, Boston down by 7, and they will get 1, but San Francisco will come out with the win. Backs against the wall. Buster Posey is your player of the game. Buster has a great game. Hunter Pence goes 3 for 5. Buster Posey 3 for 4. Joe Panik 3 for 5. Home runs, only 1 for San Fran. That's a 2-run shot by Buster Posey in the 7th inning. For Boston, they'll get a unexpected home run by Trot Nixon in the 5th inning, and an expected home run by David Ortiz, solo shot in the 9th. 3 hits for Ortiz, 2 hits for Johnny Damon. That's pretty much all the offense that Boston will have there. 12-6, 19 hits total in game number 2. Tim Hudson will take the win, 5 1/3 inning, 4 earned runs. Kurt Schilling gets shelled. 7 earned runs in 4 2/3 innings. 100 pitches. Kurt does not have a good day. That means we go to game 3. If you predicted that series 1 would go 3 games, you're in it still. Back to Boston. Bronson Arroyo, 10-9 record, 4.03 ERA. He's going to be going up against Chris Heston. Interesting choice here for San Francisco. 26-year-old Chris Heston. Not familiar with this player. But I guess they could have went with Jake Peavy, 33-year-old Jake Peavy. who had a pretty good year in San Fran, 2.17 ERA, only 78 innings pitched. But in terms of stamina guys on the team, that's it. It's either Peavy or Heston. And Chris Heston, 3 years in San Fran. This was his first year in San Francisco. But again, never really pitched well in his career. I guess that 2015 he had a decent year. 2.3 WAR, 12 wins. So San Fran going with the youngster here. And he is going to face off against Bronson Arroyo. Bronson Arroyo, back in 2004, 10 wins, 9 losses, 2.7 WAR with 142 strikeouts. So not your Pedro Bumgartner matchup here, definitely. All right, inning by inning. After 1, it is 2-0 San Francisco. Blanco will double to start it off, and then Hunter Pence in the number 2 slot will hit a 2-run shot, and Dono's Giants have a 2-0 lead after 1. Yeah, Pops, I think it would have been Peavy in the playoffs. We'll see if it works out here. Oh, he threw a no-hitter against the Mets in 2015. Man, just didn't have a career after that, though. Went to Seattle, I think. 2-0 after 2. Boston does put another hit on the board. Let's go to the 4th. Still 2-0. San Fran with 4 hits. Starting pitchers both still in the game. Boston will score 1 in the bottom of the 4th. Strikeout for Ramirez, a ground out for Ortiz. So they get the 2 big guys, but then Jason Varitek is going to hit a solo shot. And Boston has their first run of the game. Let's go to the 6th. And we head to the 7th. Well, after 6, it is San Francisco 4 hits or 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. Boston has 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors. 6th inning produced 3 runs, 2 for San Fran. San Fran would get again, just like the first inning, Blanco singles, and Hunter Pence hits a 2-run shot. That's 4 RBIs for Hunter Pence this game. Bottom of the 6th inning, Johnny Damon will ground out, and Trot Nixon, the unlikeliest of heroes here. Trot Nixon, back in 2004, he had 6 home runs, and he's got 2 in this series. Wow, if they come back to win this, give the MVP award to Trot. All right, here we are in the 7th inning. So because we're in a close game here, I am going to put the sound on. Get a little bit of in-game action here. Top of 7th inning, San Francisco with Joe Panik at the plate. Derek Lowe on the mound now for Boston. That one right up the middle, and we have a leadoff single for Joe Panik. San Francisco looking to add to their lead. Matt Duffy now at the plate. Weak pop-up and a little bit of showboating there, Johnny Damon. Come on, Johnny. Did you really need to dive there? I don't think so. And we've got instant replay to prove it. Look at this. You had plenty of time. Oh, Johnny. Come on. Are you like auditioning for a swimming pool ad in the summer? What's going on there? Next up, Brandon Crawford, runner on first with 1 out. Crawford's going to drive that one into right field. Joe Panic heads to second, and he will go to third. Runners on first and third for Pablo, the Panda, at the plate. And a stolen base. Brandon Crawford sneaks over to second. Runners on second and third for the Panda, who is pinch hitting here. Did not start game 1 or game 2 or game 3. What's up with that? What was Panda doing at that time? 28 years old. And back in 2014, he played every day, looks like. But for some reason, they got Mike Duffy or Matt Duffy at third base. Interesting. All right, Pablo, what can you do with 1 out? Big swing into left field. That should be deep enough to score the run. Here comes the throw, and the cameraman is drunk, but it looks like he's safe. 5-2 Giants. And with 2 outs, another deep fly ball to center field. That's going to do it for the Giants in this 7th inning. And because we have a 3-run lead now, we're going to fast play the next half an inning. Boston is up, and they do not score. We go to the top of the 8th. 5-2 San Fran, and it is 7-2 for San Fran. Here comes Boston looking to get something going, and they get a hit, but no runs. Oh, Boston. All right, let me go back without the sound now. Top of the 9th inning, San Francisco at bat, 7-2. Boston Red Sox down to their final 3 outs. Jason Varitek. Got to give Boston a little get of gameplay action. Strikes out. Gene, how do you pronounce that, Pops? Machi? Again, a player I'm not familiar with. 32-year-old Gene Machi? Spent 4 years in San Francisco. Wow, he actually won 7 games back in 2014. 7-1. So he had a great, I mean, if you look at his career, he went 13-2. Not familiar with him. Well, he is in a mop-up role here to preserve the victory. Will walk Kevin Youkilis, so 1 out, 1 on for Cabrera. That one over to second, back to first, and that is in time. Congratulations, Dono, the underdog. In the community showdown. Good stuff. And just after game 1, you just rocked. 12 runs, 13 runs, I think, in game 2, 7 runs in game 3. Hunter Pence is your player of the game, going 3 for 5, 4 RBIs, 2 home runs in the game. Also a home run for Mike Morse. For Boston, Varitek will homer in the 4th with no one on, and Nixon a solo shot in the 6th inning. So there you have it. Series number 1 is done. The underdog San Francisco Giants by Dono will take it. We got to write some numbers down for the Google form. How many home runs total? There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 home runs in this series. And the tiebreaker, total runs scored, 6, 8, 20, 26, 33, 35 runs scored. That's been the most we've had for home runs and runs in this showdown. Lots of dingers in this series. You never bet against your home team. Well, I do, but you don't. Hunter Pence is the round MVP. Congratulations, Hunter. Again, a couple home runs in that deciding game. All right, let me quick spam a bronze here. This one, I'm very curious how this one turns out because we've got a dead ball team going up against a fairly modern team, but a team from the power era. So we got power against dead ball. Will these be high scoring games or low scoring games? Will it depend if they're at home or away? I'm thinking high scoring because it's the default modern era. Probably be high scoring. So we have the 1995 Atlanta Braves, one of the best Braves teams ever assembled. This was after the labor dispute. Sorry, Montreal Expo fans. That's why I'm wearing the Expo hat, because they were robbed of a 1994 opportunity to go to the playoffs. And if they would have done well, who knows? Maybe they would have generated enough revenue to stay in Montreal and to keep Larry Walker and Marquise Grissom. The Cleveland Guardians will win 100 games that season in the strike shortened season. Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz all on the team. Was the first championship since they were the Milwaukee Braves back in 1957. Barry Larkin won the NL MVP that season. First shortstop to do it since Maury Wills back in 1962. And Cy Young went to Greg Maddux and Randy Johnson, two familiar names in Perfect Team. Both have perfect cards. They will be taking on the dead ball, 1907. Cubs fan Steve. Chicago Cubs. World Series winners. First-time winners. They swept Detroit, who brought home their first American League pennant. And the Tigers would blow a 2-run lead in the 9th inning of the first game. And then the Cubs would win 4 straight. Led by Mordecai Three-Finger Brown with the clinching 2-0 shutout in game number 4. So again, we go 3 games, 1-1-1. Modern era. Injuries are off. And the home team is Atlanta. Atlanta at home, Chicago Cubs on the road. Let's see how this one turns out. Will it be Ken R48 and the Braves, or Cub fan Steve and the Cubs? By the way, representing the Cubs. Here we go. Play ball. Maybe with virtual reality one day we'll be able to put on goggles and watch 2 teams like this in what looks like a real game. Oh, look, there's Greg Maddux. I can reach out and touch him. Here is your starting lineup for the visiting Chicago Cubs. At second base, Johnny Evers. Playing first is Frank Chance. Johnny Kling will be catching today, and Frank Schulte hitting cleanup in right field. Mr. Steinfeld will be playing third base. Deckard out in left field. Solly Hoffman will be manning center field. And at shortstop, the one, the only, the PTCS 3rd and 4th place card, Joe Tinker, only hitting .221 that season. Pitching in game 1 will be Mordecai Brown. Mordecai back in 1907 for the Cubs. Looks like that was his 20-6 season, 6.4 WAR, 107 strikeouts. Back when a time when not a lot of people struck out. For the hometown Atlanta Braves, playing in Fulton Stadium, Marquise Grissom, a former Expo, leading off in center field. Chipper Jones, Hall of Famer at third base. Ryan Klesko, who has a baseball reference card, he is in left field. At first, former Blue Jay, Fred McGriff. Charlie O'Brien, another former Expo here, will be catching behind the plate. David Justice hitting sixth and in right field, only hitting .253 that season. Kind of an off year, batting-wise for David Justice. Jeff Blauser, a bronze Metacard, will be manning shortstop, and hitting eighth will be Mark Lemke, who hit .253 with 5 home runs. And pitching, Greg Maddux, Cy Young winner back in 1995. His 19-2 season. Man, we're never going to see a pitcher like that again. 19-2, not a starter anyway. 1.63 ERA, 8 WAR, 181 strikeouts, and a .81 WHIP. Man, Greg Maddux. One of the best all-time pitchers ever. Again, we sim the entire game. I'm going to say it's going to be a 3-1 Atlanta win. Question is, will Maddux throw a Maddux? Will we have under 100 pitches and a complete game? Let's find out. Well, after 8, it is 4-2 Chicago. And it ends up 4-2 Chicago. Another underdog team here. Ken's underdogs, or no, Cub fan Steve underdog. Ken is kind of the favorite in this series, being a more modern team. Maddux will take the loss. 3 earned runs, 6 hits. Mordecai Brown goes 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 hits. He is your player of the game. Home runs for Chipper Jones in the first inning, a solo shot, and David Justice, a solo shot in the 4th inning. For Chicago, 1 home run that will belong to Frank Schulte, 25 years old. And back in 1907, Frank had 2 home runs. And he's got 1 in this tournament. Not really your home run hitter back in 1907. All right, we head to Chicago for game 2. This time we got John Schmaltz going up against Orville Overall and his 23-7 record. 1.68 ERA, 6.6 WAR, 141 strikeouts with 69 walks. John Smoltz had a 12-7 season, 28 years old. Again, former bullpen guy that made his way into the starting rotation. Or did he start and make his way into the bullpen? Let's find out on his stats here. Yeah, started looks like starter and then a bullpen guy and then a starter again. Played almost his entire career in Atlanta. He would play in 2009 in Boston and then would finish up in St. Louis. It's a good trivia question. In fact, that's going to be a trivia question tomorrow after TWIPT. One of the 13 questions is going to be, other than Atlanta, where else did John Schmaltz pitch? And it'll either be St. Louis or Boston on there. Okay, let's go to the game action. Got the exact same lineup here for both sides, inning by inning After 1, it is tied at 0. To the 3rd, Chicago gets a run. In the bottom of the 2nd, Steinfeld with the single. Solly Hoffman will single, and Joe Tinker with the RBI single. Go to the 4th, 1-1. Atlanta will tie it up. Ken's Atlanta Braves are going to get a single by Mark Lemke. A double by Marquise Grissom will score Lemke, making it 1-1. Go to the 5th. 2 more for Atlanta now. 3-1 lead. In the top of the 4th inning, McGriff would double. Justice will walk. Blauser will single home McGriff. And a double by Mark Lemke again, having a great game, is going to score the 3rd run for Atlanta. We go to the 6th. Still 3-1. Braves are being out hit by the Cubs by 1 hit. Go to the 7th. 3-1. And again, because we are within 2 runs, we are going to play it out with a little bit of in-game sound. Here we go. Top of the 7th inning. OOTP Iron Stud Carl Lundgren on the mound for Chicago. Looking to keep Atlanta off the scoreboard here, and that's going to be a lazy fly ball to left field for the first out. Marquise Grissom, leadoff hitter for Atlanta at the plate. Going to drive that one to short, over to first for out number 2. And Chipper Jones looking to get on base. He will drive that one into right into the glove of Frank Schulte. No runs for Atlanta here in the top of the 7th. Chicago looking to wrap up the series. They need a couple runs to tie it up. Heine Zimmerman going to face off against Jason Schmidt. He will strike out swinging. Johnny Evers, leadoff hitter here for Chicago now. Evers digs in, drives it to center field. Marquise Grissom will grab that one for the 2nd out of the inning. And Frank Chance hit a home run in game 1. Actually, that was Frank Schulte. Too many Franks on the team. Frank Chance is going to take a walk. So that's going to bring up the tying run in the form of Johnny Kling with Frank Schulte on deck. And that's going to be handled by the first baseman for the 3rd out. We go to the 8th inning. No runs for Chicago. It is 3-1. Kid Durbin on the mound now for the Chicago Cubs against Ryan Klesko. Strikeout. Klesko takes a walk of shame back to the dugout. Fred McGriff now at the plate. Fred will watch that one go on the outside for a walk. Charlie O'Brien at the plate. Swings to second. Over to first. Turns the double play. Inning over for Atlanta. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Chicago down by 2, but up 1-0. Frank Schulte up against Terrell Wade. Wade gets the first out. Henry Steinfeld. Chicago stymied here, but they will take a walk. That ball is low. Steinfeld's going to head down to first, and Jimmy Sheckard will come to the plate. Sheckard, they throw down to first, safe. Wade with the pitch. Low. 2 on with 2 out here in the 8th inning. Chicago. That's going to bring up the number 7 hitter, Solly Hoffman, hitting .429 in the tournament so far. Solly in the center field. Marquise Grissom underplays that one, and that's going to get over the head of Marquise Grissom. That's going to score 2 by the 3-bagger there for Solly Hoffman. Actually, only scores 1. Solly with the triple. They do not credit an error on the play. So, Marquise, you're lucky. You would have done the walk of shame. Solly Hoffman now, the tying run on third base with 2 out for Joe Tinker. Tinker swings, and that's going to be caught by David Justice. 1 run on a couple hits for your Chicago Cubs. It is now 3-2 as we head to the 9th. Ed Roback in for Chicago. Justice over to first, 1 away. Jeff Blauser. Swing and a miss. Out number 2. Mark Lemke's had a great tournament, hitting .667. He will strike out, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Ken looking to stay alive here and take it back home for game number 3. Cubs fan Steve looking to sweep. Pat Moran, the number 9 hitter, pinch hitter coming in for Chicago. Pat, what did you do back in 1907? 227 hitter, 45 hits, 5 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run. All right, Pat Moran. Mark Wohlers looking to close it out. Moran swings, Grissom grabs it for the first out of the 9th. Top of the order now, we got Evers, Chance, Kling, and Schulte possibly coming up here. Johnny Evers up against Mark Wohlers. Evers strikes out swinging, 2 away. Atlanta, 1 game away from hopping back on the plane and heading back home for the deciding game. Frank Chance looking to keep things going. Wohlers with the pitch. And that will do it. 2 strikeouts, back-to-back strikeouts for for Wohlers, and that's going to send things back to Atlanta for game number 3. Chicago almost comes back there. Cubs fan Steve, Ken, 10 packs on the line. As we go to game 3, John Smoltz is your player of the game. 6 inning, 9 hits, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts, and no walks for John Smoltz. Orville overall, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. Home runs in the game, none for the Chicago Cubs and none for the Atlanta Braves. 3 hits for Solly Hoffman, including the triple. 2 hits for Joe Tinker. For Atlanta, a couple hits for Fred McGriff and a couple for Mark Lemke. Well, they're going home. And it's going to be, if it didn't freeze up on me, okay, tomorrow in Atlanta. Just want to make sure I don't double click and accidentally sim the game. Looks like it's going to be Feister up against Tom Glavine. Well, you got to like your chances, KDR. Tom Glavine, 16-7. Back in 1995. Another one of those pitchers, longtime Atlanta Brave. 308, 3.9 WAR, 127 strikeouts for Glavine. And Feister, dead ball pitcher, back in 1907 for the Cubs, went 14-9, a 1.15 ERA, pitched in with 90 strikeouts and a 4.8 WAR. But he's in the modern setting now. So we're going to see this profile in the modern era. Probably not going to help him too much. All right, we'll be back for the third and deciding game, and we'll end off the show, award our winner after our last break. See you back here in 2 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the third and deciding game in this series. The Boston Red Sox in series number 1 from 2004, Blue Voids Red Sox went down in 3 games to the San Francisco Giants. After winning game 1, the Giants would come back and just put up the runs in games 2 and 3 to take out the Red Sox. And now Atlanta is in a similar situation. They lost game 1 and they've won game 2 on the road. And now they return back to Atlanta to see if they can do exactly what the Giants did. So let's get to it. Here we go. After the first inning, we are scoreless. After the second, 1-0 Cubs. The 1907 Cubs will get a single by Joe Tinker. He will be bunted over to second by the pitcher. Johnny Evers will double and score Joe Tinker with the first run of the game. Let's head to the fourth. 1-0. Glavin Feister, 2 pitchers of record so far here. We head to the fifth. Once again, no hits in that fourth inning for either team, and it is 1-0 Chicago. Feister is at the plate, but we will fast sim to the 6th inning. Once again, neither team could put anything on the board. It is still 1-0 after 5. Greg McMichael in the game now for Atlanta. Feister still showing as in the game for Chicago. Let's go to the 7th. Chicago will put up one more run to make it 2-0. A solo shot by Frank Schulte, his second home run of the tournament. And that means we are going in game since we're only a couple runs. Anything within 2 runs after the 7th inning, we go into game action. So we'll see if that can help Atlanta out here. All right. Chicago up at bat. Top of 7. Up by 2 runs. KDR has the rally cap on. He's got his cap on backwards here. Sideways, upside down, anything it takes to get Atlanta back into this game. Big swing by Solly, and that's going to be the first out. Marquise Grissom is going to grab that one. Joe Tinker at the plate up against Pedro. That's going to be out number 2. Jack Feister, the pitcher, they're leaving their pitcher in. They're not pinch hitting, and why wouldn't you? He's having quite the game so far. He strikes out. 3 up, 3 down for the Atlanta Braves here in the top of 7. We go to the bottom of the 7. Due up for Atlanta, Klesko, O'Brien, and David Justice. Feister, 6 innings pitched, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Can he keep this going? Ground out. Tinker over to first for the first out of the inning. Charlie O'Brien at the plate. Again, over to Tinker, back to first. 2 away. David Justice, 1 swing away from cutting this lead in half. And he watches that one cross the middle of the plate. Feister having a game of a lifetime here for Chicago. And we're going to go to the top of the 8th inning now with the top of the order due up for Chicago. Evers, Chance, and Kling. Pedro with the pitch. Easily handled by the second baseman for the first out. Frank Chance now at the plate. Drives that one into center field. That's going to fall in front of Marquise Grissom. He gets it in to second base. That'll be a single with 1 out here for Chicago. Johnny Kling only hitting 100. Got a little bit of bunt action, a little bit of small ball here. Well, how about a steal instead? Who says you can't run in this game? That's going to be a stolen base for Frank Chance now. Runner in scoring position with one away. And they will give Kling a free pass. So they allow the 100 hitter with a free walk to bring up a guy that's hit 2 home runs in the series. Doesn't make sense. But of course, they're looking for the double play. Frank Schulte hitting 300. And he's going to pop that one up to Charlie O'Brien for the second out. That's going to bring up Henry Steinfeld now. Pedro still on the mound. He will strike him out. And what a managerial decision there to walk Kling to face both Schulte and Steinfeld. It works as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the order coming up. Blauser, Lemke, and the pitching spot due up. Steinfeld strikes him out. Continuing his once-in-a-lifetime performance. 6 strikeouts now for Feister. Mark Lemke, the number 8 hitter, due up. And he will watch that one. These guys are mesmerized by these pitches. They're not even attempting to swing at them. Going to bring up pinch hitter Javi Lopez. We know the perfect team card, Javi Lopez, has got some power. 24-year-old Javi Lopez. And he started his career as a young guy, 22 years old, came into the league and really did not start playing full-time until 1996. So this is kind of his last year as a platoon guy. So back in 1995, he will hit 315 with 14 home runs. Had a career of 43 home runs back in 2003. Again, one of these longtime Atlanta players that would end his career in Boston. Just like Smoltz would go to Boston, Javi Lopez goes to Boston. And Baltimore, played 3 years in Baltimore. Well, they need a guy on base. They do not necessarily just need a home run here. Javi Lopez, Feister, and he strikes him out. Another strikeout for Feister, and the Braves just cannot get anything going as Mark Wohlers, they got their closer in here to keep things within 2. Sheckard, Hoffman, and Tinker due up for Chicago. And if they do get to the 4th hitter, it's going to be the pitching spot. Will they let Feister pitch into the 9th? You got to think they got to let him. Strikeout for Mark Wohlers. That's going to be the first out of the 9th inning here for Chicago. Solly Hoffman hitting 364. He will take an inside pitch for a walk. 4 straight balls there by Mark Wohlers. He is coming off back-to-back games here, though. Joe Tinker, shortstop for the Cubs. And that one, hot off the plate, over the lemon soda sign. And Mark Wohlers gives up a 2-run home run to the number 8 hitter, Joe Tinker. And Chicago now has a 4-0 lead. But you can never count the Braves out. If anyone can come back, it's these 1995 Braves. And they are going to let Jack Feister finish the game. At least attempt it. He is at the plate here. He will strike out, get a little bit of a rest, as that's the only second out of the inning. Johnny Evers back up. Mark Wohlers stays in the game. And Evers drives that one into right field to the wall. That's going to be a double here in the 9th inning with 2 away. Frank Chance He will catch that one on the inside of the plate for the strikeout. And Atlanta, you got the top of your order. That's the good news. The bad news is Jack Feister is still in the game. Grissom, Jones, McGriff, Plesko, due up here for Atlanta. They need base runners. Marquise Grissom, first one to try and get on base. Feister jams McGriff for the pop-up, or Grissom with the pop-up, one away. 8 strikeouts for Feister, 3 walks, looking for the complete one-hitter. He's got a one-hitter going. Chipper Jones at the plate. Chipper over to first, in time for out number 2. Well, the only hit for Atlanta in this game was from David Justice. David Justice, the only hit. And that came way back in the second inning. 2 out. McGriff, Feister, pitch. McGriff, what a grab there by the first baseman. Chance will grab it for the out. And Atlanta, after coming and winning game 2, will not be able to win either game at home. Visiting team will win all 3 games of this series, and Atlanta will not advance, at least not this version of the Atlanta Braves, to the round of 32. Congratulations, Cub fan Steve, as you will continue on. Feister with the complete one-hitter, 99 pitches. Talk about turning the tables here. 99 pitches, 1 hit, as a dead ball guy playing in the modern era. Glavine, 3 hits, 5 innings pitched, gives up 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Again, just the 1 hit for Atlanta in the second inning, and for Chicago, a home run by Frank Schulte back in the 6th, and a solo shot, or a double, 2 RBIs for Joe Tinker, the decisive blow in the 9th. All right, we have to write some numbers down here. So both visiting teams in the showdown this week, the 14 Giants and the 07 Cubs, take the series. So total home runs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double check. Yep, 5 home runs in total. And total runs scored will be 6, 11, 15. So again, Dono, if you're in the chat, Cubs fan Steve, if you're in the chat, big round of applause to both of you guys for picking teams advancing to the round of 32. Love seeing some of these old players of the past. So cool. One of the great reasons to buy OOTP is to have the chance to do something like that. Spam my bronze tournament. All right, it is time to go present the winner, and then we're going to go right over to, it looks like PBE Sim is on right now. So we will go give them some love, unless someone else pops on in the meantime. Scheduled to go tonight at around this time was Nersha. I guess they're not on. And then Attica Online is due on to come on at 7. So Attica, if you're willing to go early, I can hold off for a few more minutes. If you're within listening range, I can raid over to you and bring the crew over. Otherwise, we'll go over to PBE Sim. Okay, let's go find out who our winner is. I believe we had 20 entries today. Boiled egg is in the chat. Yeah, boiled egg. We talked about that yesterday. Let me find the comment here. Getting a Discord server together for the bottle. Brats of Twitch League. What are you saying? What are you saying we're brats? I thought it'd be the besties. Aren't we the besties of Twitch League? No, brats is probably a little more. Yeah, we definitely got to get D-Block to join then. If it's the brats. There's no ticket TB. We're not doing a late bird draw. We don't do late bird draws on Wednesday, but hey, tomorrow there'll be an early bird draw after Twipped. So tune in tomorrow. Okay, what else? What else? So okay, so you're putting together a Twitch League. We'll be sending out invites before the end of tomorrow. Cool. Thank you for using your Helm biscuits there, boiled egg, and highlighting your illegal message. Thank you. And again, as I mentioned, Fussmucker's in the chat. Fussmucker, if you missed his picks to click, his locks for your PT speculation, go check out the VOD from Monday. Look for the handsome gentleman in the Rangers jersey, and look for Fussmucker too. He'll be there in the Rangers jersey. Just kidding. He's got the New York accent. I'm scared of anyone with a New York accent. Please stay in the U.S. Don't come up to Canada and hurt me. I'm just kidding. Fussmucker, gentle guy from what I can see, and a great analyzer of the live cards. So go check out the VOD. Go buy up some of those live cards, because Monday they'll be going up, they'll be going down, they'll be going every which way but loose. Clint Eastwood. Okay. I'm just delaying in case Attica Online is starting up early so I can raid over to him. Attica. Come on, Attica. Start up. Boiled egg. Start up. I'll raid over to you. You can show us some of your NHL action. Where are we here? Inserts. I forget what I want to do now. What am I trying to do? Create a filter. That's what I want. All right, question number one. Question number one was, who will win the showdown matchups? It was the Giants and the Cubs. 5 people. Pick the 2 underdogs here, Giants and the Cubs. So already we're going to be down to 5. Will one of them be GT Sundown? No, he always goes with the favorites. Giants and Cubs, both visiting teams. Monterre Don, Dono, Andy from Sheffield, Fussmucker, and Who Trying a Ball correctly predicted the 2 winners. This will probably decide it here. Question 2, how many games will it take? It was 3 games for each of them. Only 4 people picked that. Did one of these 5 individuals say that both series would go the distance? Will it be? Oops, I don't want to show you that picture. Will it be Monterey Don or Dono or Fussmucker or Who Trying to Ball or Andy? Will it be any of them? Or do they all advance because everyone got it wrong? Clear. First series 3, second series 3. Well, someone did pick it. Monterey Don and Andy from Sheffield. As we go to the third question. How many home runs will be hit in Series 1 by both teams? There were 10. So that means this one, if one of these people, this one person is Monterey Don or Andy, then we have a winner. Neither picked that one, so they're both going to advance to the next question. How many home runs in the second series? There were, double check the question, make sure. There were 5 home runs in the second series. Joe Panic, or no, who was it that hit the Joe Tinker hit one in the 9th inning for the 5th home run. And because of Joe Tinker's 9th inning home run, our winner is our good friend Andy from Sheffield. Andy, way to go. If you still are in chat, congratulations, Andy. Those packs will be sent to Andy G24. You are our winner in the showdown today, along with Cubs fan Steve. Cub fan Steve, you'll get 10 packs for winning your series. And Dono 43. You may not have won the Google Form contest, but you got 10 packs for defeating the Red Sox. All right. Do we have applause? Yes, we do have. Okay, I don't know if I want to understand that reference from Jenks. 2 spoons? I don't know. I don't know if I want to go there. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm glad it's the end of the show with that kind of talk. All right. Doesn't look like anyone started up here, so it looks like we are going to go over to PBE Sim. But we're on a break right now, so just don't want to end the show on a break. Seeing if there's any tournament I can show. You know what? I feel lucky. I'm feeling it. I'm going to go out opening 5 packs here. All right, 5 packs. Let's go. 1. Come on. Just give me a stand usual. I will never complain the rest of this cycle if you give me a stand usual. The perfect stand usual. I will never complain about packs and pack luck the rest of the cycle. 4 packs, give me a stand usual. Yes, that's the cheap negotiation I'm willing to do. Cliff Chambers. 3 more packs. We got a gold. It's not stand usual. 2 more packs. All right, breaks there. I'm not opening another pack. I'm not getting the stand usual. I wonder, though, how much he's selling for now. Stan. What are you going for? Oh. Oh. There are a couple people that really want Stan. There's one person that's pulled Stan. There's a price difference of $929,000 for Stan. Yeah. You might want to open some packs tomorrow after Twipped and get Stan. You could probably sell them for like 800,000. I'm betting. I'm betting one of these two people will pony up and pay 800,000 for Stan. Yeah. And how about Bobby, the other new card that came out with the great card art? Wow, that is affordable. That is definitely affordable. 33,000 as a buy order. I will take that card just for collection's sake. Do I have 66,000? I do not. Fussmucker, lend me some perfect points. I need 12,000 for perfect points, Fuss. Let me put an iron up for 20,000. No, I would not do that. That goes against the terms of regulations. Too many bad people do that. Do not be one of those persons. One of those persons? One of those people. All right, welcome back from the break. We're here to close off the show. Thank you guys for tuning into the Showdown on this hump day, wherever you may be. And again, congratulations, as we're going to add Cubs fan Steve and the 1907 Cubs and the Dono 43 2014 Giants. That is our second Giants team to make the round of 32 and our fourth Cubs team. We've only got two Yankee teams, no Blue Jays, no Expos, two Dodgers. Come on. We do have some more Expos choices coming up, though, that haven't been played yet. So maybe we will get. We got two Reds, four Cubs, two Orioles, two Yankees, two Dodgers. Yeah, and two Giants. First team to qualify was the Seattle Mariners, and that's been the only Mariner team to make it so far. So thank you guys. Tomorrow again at 11 a.m. Eastern, join EVC and myself with the sombrero and the vacation dude back for the Amigo show. We got a special Fuss Mucker meme. Yeah, we got a special Fuss Mucker meme. It's probably my favorite so far because it's the most realistic. The way Fuss Mucker portrayed me, it's very, very realistic. So tune in tomorrow. EVC, I don't know. I think you took a few liberties on EVC. I think you granted him a little bit too many muscles there. But you nailed it on lap. So check that meme out tomorrow on the Amigo show. Then Spora will be on for a couple hours because we have 20 plus cards for the NEL set number 2. It's going to be a long TWIP show. And then I'll be back for trivia. Remember, I told you one of the trivia questions today. If you were listening, you know one of the answers already. Plus other giveaways and who knows what else. Maybe Boiled Egg will be on and announce what this new Besties of Twitch League is all about. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Thanks for the follows today. We had Steel Devil 1. We had CBO49E. We also had Gooner SFC 2003. Not sure what SFC means, but thank you, Gooner. Thanks as well to D. Dempsey and Dr. Dynastic with the raid. Thank you to Little Green and D. Dempsey for using the Helm Biscuits, and also to Spurtle PNW and Pops Dongoria, who also cashed in a few Helm Biscuits. We'll be back. Tomorrow, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, do what you can. And it's a great day for baseball. Blue Jays, are you turning the corner? Blue Jays, can you string together a few wins? Please make a run. Give the Canadians a little bit of hope because the Oilers are not looking good against Dallas. Can we buy a goalie off Dallas? Ottinger, are you willing to come to Canada for a few games as part of the Oilers? We're going to raid over to a PBE Sim. So if you still need your drops, you can go check them out. It is a great day for baseball. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. See you next episode.
Said we're here for a good time, Oh, not a long time, So have a good time. The sun can't shine.